Hello and welcome to another Lawn Fawn video. Today we are introducing our brand new mini set Hoppy Easter and its coordinating dies, and we are also introducing our brand new Easter border die too. So let's go ahead and check it out. First up we have this cute little bunny and then all of his accessories that he can hold. A carrot, an Easter egg, and a cute little Easter basket too. There's a great sentiment in this set, and you can either stamp it stacked like this or you can stamp it straight too, and I love that there's that option. And of course we have an exclamation point to add to the end of phrases. I'm using my Copic markers to color in this cute little bunny, and I've laid down my lightest color first to wet the paper so that it's easier to blend. Then I added my darkest color. I'm going to blend that darker color out with a medium color, and then I'll blend it out into the light. And I'm keeping the belly there the lightest so that he really looks nice and round. Then I'm going to be coloring in his ears a nice little pink color and also giving him some cute little rosy cheeks, which I think just makes him even more adorable. I'm going to color in all of his accessories in a really simple way because they are really tiny images. And so I'll just add a little shading to the outside and blend it out into the middle. And then these are the coordinating dies, and you can bend them apart at the tabs or use wire snips to separate them, and they line up perfectly with the stamped image. I yet like to use a low tack tape like post-it note tape to hold them in place, and I line up as many dies as I can, and then I run it through my die cut machine so I can have a bunch of images cut out all at once. And I just love seeing this little bunny come out of his die there. He looks so cute. And then here you can see all of his little accessories and how he can hold them, and that's what makes this set just so cute. Seeing him hold the little carrot and the Easter basket and the Easter egg too, it's just adorable. And then here is a look at the new Easter border, and I love how beautiful and delicate it is. It really is the perfect sentiment on cards. Next up, we're going to start creating a card, and I'm using the new Watercolor Wishes paper for this whole card, and it's going to give this simple card a really nice extra pizzazz. So here I'm using the fancy scallop circle there to cut some of that pink paper, and I'm going to use this beautiful kind of goldeny yellow color for the sky, and then I'm going to use that same size circle to cut some green. From here I'm going to use my new simple grassy hillsides die to cut some grass from that green paper, and because we use the same size circle, those are going to line up perfectly. I just love the detail that that watercolor paper creates. Next up, I'm going to add a bunch of foam dots to all of my images and then a little tape runner to that egg. And here I can create my scene. I'm going to have the bunny rabbit hold the little Easter basket, and then I'm going to use the other accessories to kind of decorate that whole grassy area. Now, to keep going with my Watercolor Wishes theme here, I'm also going to use some of the Watercolor Wishes paper to cut the Easter border from too. And what's nice about this is when it's cut from that paper with a little watercolor action going on, it just gives a little extra something to the sentiment. Now, I wanted to make this sentiment shorter for this card, so I just trimmed off those little tails that kind of go off at the end of the sentiment, and it looks really cute that way too. And then I added some liquid glue to the back and was able to add it to my grass as the perfect sentiment. Now I changed my mind and decided to add some foam dots behind that main circle there just to give it a little extra something. And now I'm going to work on creating a circle-shaped card base. So I've gone ahead and scored and folded my paper, and I'm going to take my circle die and line it up so that the top is above the paper, above that fold. And by doing that, that means the top of the circle won't cut, and therefore some of the fold retains, and you end up with a folding circle-shaped card. Then I'll go ahead and add a bunch of tape to my circle there, and then I can line up my cute scene right on top. And this card was so easy to make because of that pattern paper, so I was able to make a couple of them and have a bunch ready for Easter. I thought it would be fun to create a tote bag to go along with this card so that I could put some Easter candies in it. So I'm going to be using now the 12 by 12 Watercolor Wishes paper, and I'm going to use my tote bag die and cut that same goldeny yellow paper there with that die. I'm then going to fold along all of the score lines that the die has created for me, and I'm going to do that on both pieces. And then I'll add some nice strong tape like score tape to those tabs. So I'm going to be adding it to all 4 tabs. And then I'll also be adding some tape to the base of one of these die cut tote bag pieces. I'm going to peel that liner paper up, and then I can line up both of my pieces. Now I'm going to stop right at this step because I want to be able to decorate this tote bag really easily, and it's just easier to do when it's nice and flat. So I'm using that same green paper and that same Simple Grassy Hillsides die to cut my grass, and then I've went ahead and colored a bunch of the images in the same exact way, and I'm going to have the scene be exactly the same so that it coordinates with the card perfectly. Once I'm done adding all of my stamped and die cut images, I'm going to go ahead and actually form the bag before putting the Happy Easter border on, and you'll see why in a second. So I'm going to peel up all of that liner paper off that adhesive, and then I can take those tabs and line them up with the edges of the bag, and I love how easy this bag is to form. And once I have all of those lined up and adhered down, I could push in on the sides and close it shut, and that's going to form the gussets of the bag that really makes it look like a tote bag. Now here's why I waited to add that Happy Easter border on. I wanted to be able to add it on and then trim off the edges, and I thought it would be easier to do once the bag was completely formed. And I love how cute that looks and how well it coordinates with this card. Now the bag was missing some of that pink, so I decided to take some coral lawn trimmings and tie that to the top to bring the pink into the tote bag too. And I just love creating matching little gift bags, and once you have all of your supplies out, it's like, why not create a gift bag that matches the card too? So I cannot wait to see what you guys do with this new mini stamp set and the new border dies, so make sure to share it with us. Thank you so much for watching and have an absolutely amazing day. Bye!